Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we are inside, another day inside. It's been a couple of rough days starting this year, being sick, and so I've had to be without my training for the past couple of days. A little bit annoying since I'm doing my marathon training right now and I'm now like 2 weeks behind, but we're gonna do the best of the situation. I have a little pick-me-up for myself that just arrived in the mail today. Anyways, this little baby came a few days ago. It's a black box. I don't know if some of you know what it is. I know what it is. And this is what arrived today in the mail. It's from Nike, and just gonna open it. Here we go. Exciting stuff. Get some papers out of the way. Here we go. Nice little bag that you get. And the brand new Vaporfly Next2020. Where actually the left shoe is red, orange-ish. And the right shoe comes in this like green, bluish color. So here we go to the camera. Really nice looking shoe. Kind of fun and awkward in the same way to have two different colors of shoe. But I'm really excited about these shoes, and I'm gonna let you help me and advise me what color you like the most, because in this other box I have another pair of shoes, and it's also the Vaporfly. It's marathon season coming up for me, and it's the Pink Blast, which is my other set. And let me know which one you like the best. I don't know yet for myself which one I like the most. Obviously this color has been around for a little bit longer, and this was released just the beginning of January, and actually to the Asian market first, and was just barely released here in Europe. So I'm excited to try these on. I tried these on earlier this week, and the fit is amazing. What I can also tell you from these shoes are obviously it's from the Nike Breaking 2 project with Eliud Kipchoge, the best runner in the world, who was a front figure for Nike developing this kind of shoe. It has a carbon fiber plate inside the sole to make it extra spring. As you can see, it's quite stiff. Let me show you the new shoes. And it has a Zoom X foam, which is like really comfortable to run in. It's super light. I've had the shoes in a different, an earlier model before, and it's hands down the best shoe that I've ever run in. What we've seen in 2019 has also been like the record-breaking year. We've seen a record for the Berlin Marathon. We've seen the first person ever to run a marathon below 2 hours, and it's all done in these shoes. Looking in the starting position, the starting line for most marathons, you see these types of Nike shoes on. It's probably over 50% at least, maybe even higher, on the ones running the marathon. So Nike is doing huge right now with these shoes. and it's always exciting to see where it goes next. And obviously this is the latest pair, and we're gonna see how they work out for me. So what do you think? Pink Blast or the new color? Really cool shoe. My wife says it looks a little bit like a girly shoe, but it still looks alright.
Recording.
Both these shoes come in at 198 grams. Like, if you see how much sole this is and the amount of comfort and support that these shoes give you, 198 grams is just insane. It's so little weight, and it's absolutely something that you feel when you run, that it's a great feeling that you don't have to carry any weight on your feet. You just want to be going. I'm gonna wear them for the first time in March in Barcelona when I run the Barcelona Marathon. I was thinking these first, but yeah, I might just go with this new color. This Zoom X sole, it is not the most durable sole. You cannot go for too many kilometers in these kind of shoes. So what they've said is like 1 to 2 marathons in these shoes, so about like 80 to 100 kilometers maybe, which is you know, you can, if you run every day, then you easily come up in that amount of kilometers. And what they say is that the effect wears off a little bit. The sole can tear up a little bit, and it's definitely a shoe that wears out a lot faster than other running shoes. So what I and most runners do, that we set this shoe as a race shoe. So we use this shoe in racing, and for events where we want like a really nice shoe to run in, a fast shoe where we want to be as fast as possible. And then for our day-to-day training, we use shoes that are more durable, that can work for more kilometers, and that obviously cost a little bit less money just to get the kilometers and miles in. And that way you don't have to buy a new pair of shoes all the time, because buying it almost 300 euro, let's say like once every 2 months, it's a little bit too much for me. For me, this shoe will probably last me this whole running season. I'm planning to do my first marathon, and maybe also my second marathon if the first marathon goes well. I've been running half marathons earlier. My PB is, or my PR is 1:22 for the half marathon, which I'm also running this year and hoping to break. So these shoes are probably going to get a marathon and a half marathon at least. And if they still feel fresh and well, we're going to do another race in them in the fall. But for all my other training, I have another pair of go-to shoes that I use almost all the time that works for many types of surfaces. I can also say this type of sole is a little bit slick when it's wet underneath, like cobblestone, wet cobblestone in the races. You really have to watch out a little bit because it gets slippery. So definitely works best for like dry spring, summer days where the road is nicely made. Not too much terrain, not too many sharp corners, because you're obviously up a little bit higher with the sole, also causing a little bit less stability. And if you do more like terrain and turns and things like that in your running, you want to do a different shoe. and definitely use a different shoe that is a little bit cheaper to train in, unless you have a lot of money. I can't afford to switch these shoes all the time, so hopefully these will last me for this whole year. Maybe there will be another pair at the end of 2020, but personally I like a shoe the absolute best when it's brand new. So a shoe that's like out of the box, brand new. They're so good at making shoes these days that they usually fit the foot really well. I rarely experience like blisters and things like that on my feet. So a couple of shoes that are brand new is the absolute best time for me to wear the shoes. After a couple of times I almost feel like I wish for that feeling that I had when I put them on for the first time. But it's a personal thing. Many people love to have a couple of shoes that they have been running in for a long time. I don't think it's the way to go with these shoes. I think they work the best when they're brand new, and if you test them, you're probably gonna feel the same way. So I think that's the end for today.